Hi, it's Lily there. How are you? It's Friday again, so happy Friday! How has your week been so far? In this video, I would just like to share how has my week been. You can grab a cup of tea and sit back and relax and watch the video. So let's get started. These days, I went to the Design Matters conference in Copenhagen. And it was a really life-changing experience for me as a developer myself. I kind of disguised as a designer and went there and pretend to be one of them. And I have to say that I am very humbled after listening to many of the talks and joined the workshop there, realizing design is not just about visual artsy stuff, pretty stuff, but also about thinking and reflecting how things are and if we can change it somehow in a creative way. And that really humbles me because me as a developer, being in the teams of developers, we have a tendency to only focus on solutions. We focus on the implementation details, like we should use this and use that technology, or use this method, design pattern, in order to create this button, this magical button that will automate everything. But then something really important is missing. What is the big picture there? Why do we need to create this button? What is the thing that we want to achieve? How are we changing our customers' lives? Yes, they may get more time back if we automate everything in a button. But then what? Is it a main problem where developers don't have enough time? Or are they facing any other challenges, such as not having enough resources or feeling isolated with other teams? Are they collaborating well with each other? I think the human parts are kind of missing. And it's probably hard for us developers to think about it while we focus so much on the security, data validation, and just making sure that the code is clean, the architecture is clean, that everything should work in a nice, professional way. I wrote so many notes while listening to the talks, and one of them talked about the future, talked about imagine needing to build ministries on Mars. So what kind of ministry do we need on Mars, and why? What are the challenges that people may face when they move onto Mars? And be able to have that kind of imagination, we first really need to empathize ourselves with a customer that may not even exist yet. You may be thinking, how do we empathize for someone who does not exist yet? Turns out that we are actually doing it every day. When we watch movies or cartoons, a lot of the times the characters are a work of fiction, but we can still empathize them to think that, oh, their experience is so sad, or oh, I'm so happy that she finally got together with someone that she loves. We are doing this already. So it is possible that we empathize ourselves with our future customer. And of course, actual testing is still needed, but the ability to empathize, turns out, is the way that we can actually create good solutions. And I'm so curious to see if I would change anything on my daily work after this conference. I wrote so many notes in this note. Oh, I have a memo as well. This notebook from Design Matters, really cool. And unfortunately I only started writing the notes on the second day, but I wrote a lot. I tried to. And it's not just a notebook. I also have this really cute sticker and this badge where you can actually iron it on your clothes or tote bag, any kind of fabric, and it will stick on it. And also this very cute name tag. I like the eyes, and the texture is really smooth. I don't know if you can hear it. And we get to design our own tote bags, and look at mine. Very cool, right? I didn't design these graphics. They are actually provided by the venue, by Design Matters, but I just cut and put them into the place that I want, and then they will press this very hot thing to kind of melt the graphics onto the fabric. So this is my design. I love to eat sardine myself, so I thought this is the chance. So yeah, it is a really cool conference. And then On the first day of the conference, I stayed there until night. On my way home, it was pretty peaceful and calm, walking from the Danish Royal Academy, I think is what it's called. I'm really bad at locations and names. It is a building next to the new opera house. And yeah, it was very quiet and very peaceful and very calm, very relaxing. But meanwhile, it feels familiar. It felt like deja vu. So I was thinking, where does it come from? And then I remembered that I actually walked the same road many years ago, maybe 5 years ago, when I first came to Copenhagen. I remember at that time, I went there for work with my colleagues back then. And I remember that I didn't really have a good impression with the people in Copenhagen, because it was before the pandemic and, well, I look Asian. And some people will say some mean things to me or at my back. And it just made me feel really bad. But aside from the people, I was still very impressed by the biking culture, of how wide the biking lanes are and how clean the city is and how modern it can be with those new buildings and the bridges. I guess Nordic designs and architecture are just really on the top. So while I was walking and looking back, I realized how far I've come, and that actually shocks me, because to be honest, I don't think I'm doing well or doing very good. I feel like I can do better, but I'm always tired. I may not take good care of my health, and there are rooms for improvement. But I didn't realize that I'm already doing so well. I have achieved so many things and made a lot of good milestones. Does it happen to you too? Where when you look back, you will feel that, oh, the young little girl, the young little me would actually be very proud of myself if she knows what I'm doing right now. She wouldn't even imagine that I am capable of doing all these things. And that, to me, is a really beautiful and meaningful way to end the day and the week. So yeah, that's my week. How about yours? Feel free to let me know in the comments. I'll see you next time. Have a nice weekend. Bye.